Hello. In this short video, one of a series of such videos, I will be asking Richard Bezant, one of Powdertech's directors, to tell us about the Powdertech Evolution range of finishes. Good morning, Richard.
Good morning.
The Evolution range sounds intriguing. Can you tell us what it is?
Yes, the Evolution range is a range of high quality polyester powders which work on the evolving of colours as they degrade and degenerate, such as the patination of copper, the corrosion of steel and the ageing of metallic materials. It's a textured finish which is generated by the process that we use combined with the colours and also the metallic elements of the powders to create a unique surface finish which we call consistently inconsistent. Evolution builds on our passion really to give different colours to customers and different options, and this really is giving something which we like to call the real thing in place of Corten or in place of patinated copper. It is unique, yet it's still passed all of the UV resistance requirements, the laboratory requirements for corrosion and all the requirements for the relevant UK and European standards. So it's unique but still meets all the architectural specifications.
What led you to develop this range?
Well, we saw a similar process in Europe and thought it'd be absolutely brilliant for the UK market. We took quite a leap of faith in developing this finish and put a lot of time and effort into doing it, but we think that long term it's a really good benefit to obviously our business and also to our customers.
Is it a process that is unique to you, a sort of a secret process?
Yeah, it is a secret process.
Right.
It's the products themselves are not unique, but the process as a whole is unique and it is very dependent on what we do.
How many shades do you have in the range?
We currently have 70 shades
Oh, okay.
of Evolution, covering from golds, greens, reds, browns, greys and blacks.
Yeah. How has the market reacted to Evolution? What are its benefits?
Well, let's stick to benefits first, really, is that because that's what led us to get into this market. Corten as a product is very prone to rust, runoff and staining of buildings, and we've heard about that. And it's a very similar process with copper. And so this process really overcomes those issues. Our problem was that we hadn't done enough products to actually show people what it was all about.
Which metal substrates and applications is it suitable for?
Well, Evolution can be used on all metal substrates. Essentially, aluminium is probably the best one from a customer's point of view, but on mild steel, on galvanised steel, it's just as applicable. It can be used internally, externally, and it can be used on large parts, small parts. The smallest part we've done is actually a 5mm rivet, and the largest part is a 3m by 2m panel. So it's a really, really flexible process.
Adaptable. Yeah. Can you describe your favourite Evolution job?
Can I talk about two Evolution jobs, which are both my favourites? The first of my favourites is really the first high level job that we did, called St Martin's Courtyard in Covent Garden. I really should thank the architect here for having a vision and taking our Evolution process and actually asking us to develop a new colour for them called Molten Rain. And what they were looking for was a really dynamic, lively finish that actually reflected the sun and the clouds as it moved through the day. And the whole project was about the use of light in the day and also lights at night. And Evolution really fitted the bill because of its texture, and this had a lot of gold and red in it. It was just burst with life. It was absolutely fantastic. And it also enabled us to do panels, very small signs, very small pressings and fittings, and lots of different trades came and used this process over an 18-month period, and that was a real great first job, and it proved absolutely everything about the Evolution finish that we really wanted to do.
Yeah.
And the second one is a more recent project called Northwalk Quay at the Maison Hotel in Dublin. I went there and saw the aluminium fins rising out of a warehouse building at about 7 o'clock in the morning, and as the sun rose up, it just reflected off all the different surfaces of the Evolution finish, and just was a bright burning red, and then sort of muted off as the sun moved round. And that was just fantastic to see, and I think the photo that you'll be seeing on the screen at the moment really shows that off. A very dramatic building in its own right, and a great finish to sort of show it off.
Yeah. What have people said about Evolution? Have you got any memorable compliments from anyone?
Well, we have had a few compliments, and mainly around a video that I did of Team Valley and Gateshead near Newcastle. That was a very early project for us, using a peat fire project, and I videoed the product in situ, and when I showed it to people, they were amazed at how realistic the whole thing looked. And one of the things I did there was really to demonstrate that you weren't just looking at a flat surface, you were looking at a textured surface, and I did this, and I'll repeat it here. I've got a piece of peat fire, and if you scratch it,
ooh.
you can really feel the whole essence of the product, and there's nothing on my hands.
Yeah.
It's like a magic show. There's nothing in my hands, but that is on a building, and it just looks like Corten.
Yeah.
All rust.
All rust.
No
Yeah.
rust.
Yeah.
Really good.
But it's stable. Yeah.
It's very stable, but
Yeah.
as I said, it's interesting enough,
Yeah.
even though it's stable, to be interesting over time as well, because of that consistent inconsistency.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you have some plans to further develop the Evolution range?
Yes, we've already developed a new range which will be released around Christmas time. It's based on much brighter colours, bright blues, yellows and reds, with a frosted tinge to it. And we really think that would be something for the interior market mainly.
Yeah, yeah. What's the best way for people to find out more, and can they obtain samples of the product?
Oh yes, well, as always, go to the website, use our colour selector, where you can choose colours from there, and you buy the samples just like you would in a shop. There's a basket, you press the button, we receive an email, and the samples will be mailed out to you.
Well, thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you.